Hey guys, it's Cathy Callahan here for Social Media Mondays inside of the Moms Building Online Businesses group. Today I want to chat with you about using Facebook events to host a customer party. Okay, so I'm going to do some screen sharing with you guys today, and I'm going to show you how I used a Facebook event to more easily invite my personal customers and friends over to a special party I was doing just for them. Now, if we've ever met before, you guys know that I love virtual parties. I love teaching parties. I most often do them inside of a Facebook group, and we do have our Evergreen group, which is my flagship program that teaches you to host parties inside the same group all of the time. So why would I be talking to you about Facebook events as a one-time separate event instead of using your groups? So we're going to walk through this together. We're going to talk about when you should use events, when you should not, okay? When should you use a group? What are groups meant to do? What are some of the features between events and groups? And this is a bit of what we walk through when we do the virtual party challenge. We talk about all the different ways to do parties, what the different features are, what makes the most sense for simplicity, for clarity, for making sure people get to the party, and for longevity in your business. So events are a one-time event. So once it's over, it's over. Kind of the downside, you can lose people. So I tend to like events for my personal network. Okay, so if you're here, please say hi. Let me shout you out and tell you good morning. And how are you guys feeling before we jump into training? I'm going to post this up in the announcements inside the Moms Building Online Businesses group. If you are in my on my team, I'm also streaming this into our team group. And if you're on YouTube and you're finding this, you can subscribe below to see lots and lots of trainings over on my YouTube channel. So let's see who's here this morning. Heidi is here. Happy Monday, Heidi. Lindsay Harris is here, and girlfriend is shooting for big goals. Lindsay did this last night. Lindsay did a Facebook event for a party, okay? Barb is here. You guys go ahead and say hey if you are here. Hi, Sarah. How's it going? Lindsay did a solo event last night, right? That's exactly what, and it was after our team call on Friday that she did this. Carly's here. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Heather. You guys, before I dive in, good morning, Carla. Carla's an Evergreen student. Before I dive in, let me pop you up a banner real quick and tell you that today, if for any reason you are not here, jump over to this link right here, okay? virtualpartieswithcathy.com and get registered for the official virtual party challenge, okay? So on Mondays, we do like a tiny bit of training inside the Moms Business group, just as training on Thursday, and we always announce all of our workshops and challenges. My virtual party challenge is happening in a private group. You have to register on that link right there. It starts today, Monday, May 24th, and there's prizes, ring lights, light stands, backgrounds, Tiffany's necklace, Amazon gift cards, okay? It runs all week long. It's only for 3 days live. So what will happen is we will be live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we will have break days between, okay? So I'm really excited. So jump in there. This is the workshop that's starting with me right now, Virtual Parties with Cathy, and it's in a pop-up group. So if you missed it, it is a pop-up group this time. I've done it for free for a couple rounds inside the Moms group, but we're going back to our paid challenge in a pop-up group. It's only $7. It's only $7, okay? All right, welcome, Sue. Good morning. All right, let's start chatting, you guys. So my topic for today is Facebook events. Who uses Facebook events for parties? So I'm going to type this out, Facebook events or groups. Okay, when and why? How about that? So we talk about this a bit in the virtual party challenge on, typically it's our day 3 training, where we kind of cover the different features. Should we do Facebook events? Should we do Facebook groups? And I used to only do events. Like when I was doing parties, I used to only do events, and I really love the features of events. Then I shifted into groups, and I was doing pop-up groups. For every hostess, she got her own party, okay? That was fine, and then we ran into the problem that I addressed through our Evergreen program, which is, well, what happens when you have all these separate parties set up? Do y'all have that? you've got 10 groups from last month or 10 events from last month. Maybe if you're like me, you have people that didn't make a purchase that party, but you know they might be interested. So you've got to stay connected with them. So then we made the shift into what we call the evergreen party. And we have one group where we host all of our parties. And that way, even when people don't convert, they get to stay in the group. That's the base concept of what we teach. Now, how do you do all that? What are all the moving parts behind the scenes? What happens if you have a team? What if you're a team of one? What if people start duplicating? Do they need their own group? That's all stuff that we address in Evergreen. Today, I want to talk about, though, there is a time that even if you're doing the Evergreen party concept, okay, if you're my student, if you've heard the concept, I still use Facebook events on occasion. And here's why. When you're doing Facebook events, all right, when you're doing Facebook events, they are very clear. So let me pop you in a screen share. They are very clear as to what exactly is happening, when it is happening, and why it is happening, okay? So I did a May Madness Facebook event, and I am not talking about events inside of groups. I'm talking about a standalone Facebook event, okay? Let me stop the screen share for just a second. I want to remove that one, and I want to add another one that will make it easier for me to see while I'm showing you guys. So if you did something like this, this is what I taught my team to do. We did a call on Friday, okay? So we did a call on Friday, and we talked about, you know what, you guys are shooting for some team promotions or some level promotions, ranks, whatever you guys call them. And you guys need some more sales. You all have customers, you have friends. When we do an event, we do something like this for our personal network, not for a hostess to invite people, okay? I used to do Facebook events for hostesses to invite people, but like I said, I kind of ran into the challenge of what happens when all these people don't convert. The event ends. It's not evergreen, right? It doesn't go on and on forever. So the strategy now we're using is to set up an event when you are the hostess to invite your friends and your customers very easily to a very, very special event. So I might do this twice a year, all right? So talk to me if you guys have a customer sale that you'll do twice a year. Now, you could absolutely do this if you have a VIP group, all right, which I do have a VIP group. But here's the thing. My VIP group does just have my customers in it, but it doesn't have a lot of engagement. So this is why I chose for this event to use Facebook events, because my VIP group, there's 100 people in there. I don't do a whole lot in there. So if all of a sudden I pop in a party and I expect them all to know that it's going on, a lot of them don't pay much attention. So I have to tag them all. So I could set up an event inside of here as well. But what I decided to do was set up an event outside of my group and make it public. So I'm going to share with you the full strategy on this. And then, of course, I did post in my VIP group to say, hey, I'm hosting this event for my customers and friends. Come on over. So instead of housing it inside of a group, my strategy here is I want it to be very easy for people to find. I want to be able to quickly invite my customers, but I also wanted to invite my friends, okay? So there's times and places for each of these features that Facebook offers you guys. And some of you don't know about the event features that really can be a great asset to your business if you use them well. So what I did was I went in here and twice a year I do a sale. So who does some kind of customer sale? But instead of just saying it's for my VIPs or for my customers, I invited my friends and customers, okay? So what this allowed me to, what this allowed me to do was maybe pick up some other people that aren't already customers, because what I did is I said, I'm hosting a special event for my friends and customers. I'll be sharing my favorite products, and guess what? I'm giving you all, and you can share whatever your deal is. So twice a year, I do a big half off sale, okay? Inside of that event, I told them whatever specials were happening, and I'm also doing party posts like points if they invite friends. So I'm using this in two ways. If I would house this inside of my Facebook group, they would not then see everything because they're not a VIP member. But by doing it this way, friends can invite friends. We did a little party points thing. So this is what I did for mine. Welcome them to the party, 50% off if they, or not 50% off, sorry, 5 points if they comment on posts, 10 points if they invite a friend, 20 points if they order, 30 points if they come to the live event, which we did last night, 40 points if they book a party, and 50 if they join my team. So I'm using this as a customer appreciation sale. I'm also using, oh, you guys don't see that what I'm showing you. How embarrassing is that? Hang tight. Hang tight. That was dumb. Okay, you are not seeing the screen I've been sharing. That was embarrassing. Well, only for me because I'm the only one who knew. Okay, party points. Sorry. Party points. This is how I did this. And so the point was not just to have them inviting themselves to get a big discount, but also to help me meet some new people. Okay. So let me pop back. I didn't realize you guys weren't seeing that. So this is my VIP group. And I could have housed it in there, but I went ahead and announced it in there. So now the actual event is just in a separate event, not connected to a party. I ended up actually switching it to a public event. So when you guys set up events, you can do public or private. I did it as public so that people didn't have to officially be invited to see everything. So we can talk about those differences in a second here, okay? I kept it very, very simple. I'm telling them what the deals are, how long they have to shop. I only did a couple posts. I did a poll, like, what do you guys want to see for giveaways? And this is my focus here, the party points, and I'm doing a bonus $100 gift card drawing. This party will stay open for a whole week, okay? So when I do something like this, it was very impromptu. We decided on Friday to do it. Very quickly, you just go up and either to the plus button at the top right of your Facebook or go to the blue F, okay? And just set up an event. When I do this, you're going to do an online event. You can grab more easily a bunch of people, test party example. You could do it for 5 o'clock tonight, doesn't matter. Let's just pick something. You can change it to public if you want to here, okay? So if you do it public, they won't have to actually be invited into the event to see it. And I also switched mine to public because I ended up only being able to invite a limited amount of people, all right? This is just a one-time event. Don't worry, it's not the same as a group where you don't want people seeing it or you want to know for sure who's coming in. You'll know who's coming in, they'll RSVP. Then I set mine up as a Facebook Live. I chose the Facebook Live button. So if you noticed, you saw my video up at the top. That's because I went live directly into the event. I did it differently than I do with StreamYard. You could do an external link to StreamYard as well, okay? Then you can describe whatever you want to say, join me live, giveaways, customer sale, whatever you guys are saying. This is for a special event. Upload a cute cover photo. Go over to Canva. If you guys took Vicki Johnstone's Canva branding class last week, you know how to do that. Okay. If you don't know Canva yet, I don't even know which cover photo this is. Let's see what this is. New product launch. That was my party last week. That's okay. We'll use that. If you don't know what Canva yet is, it's canva.com. It's free. You can custom make some graphics. It's not that hard. It's pretty fun and it makes sure your events look a little bit more special. So now it's set up. Okay. Let me show you a couple features. Well, first, let me pop in and stop a share for a second, see if there's any questions so far. So, okay. Raquel did her event last night. Okay. Heather says, would you suggest your VIP group to be one of your groups then? So when we talk about groups, and I don't want to get too far off track, I want to pop back into this event thing here. But when I do groups, I teach my students differently depending on their situation, okay? So I still have a VIP group. I just don't do a ton with it. I still manage all my personal customers. I still love on my customers and do different things than I can do in my big party group that's open to everyone. That's a prospect, that's a customer, that's a team member. My party group is everything. It's that all-in-one group and it's evergreen. It goes on and on forever. We recycle content. My VIP group is just me and my customers, but I don't do a ton in there because I also have an email list. I also set up these occasional special events like this. A lot of them I'm constantly in the messenger with, and a lot of them are in our party group. So I don't do a ton in that. Now I have another company that I'm doing more in the VIP group with. So you just got to play with it. And that's why we kind of help our students depending on your company, your dynamic, all of that, what to do. Okay. Raquel did hers in an event last night. Lindsay did hers in an event last night. I did mine in an event last night. We catered to our customers and our friends using a Facebook event, which is my focus for today. Why would you use an event? Okay. So I've already talked to you a little bit. In general, I use Facebook groups. In general, I want something that's going to go on and on forever, that's easy for me to manage, that's not that much work, that if people don't convert, I can still stay connected with them. But these pop-up Facebook events, I kind of prefer if it's me and my customers and I want to quickly invite people in, because in this case, I will use the invite button, okay? Good morning, Stacy. I do use the invite button in Facebook events. I don't in Facebook groups, okay? Now let's talk about the invite button. If you're going to go through virtual parties with me, we'll go through this in detail. It starts today, virtualpartieswithcathy.com. If you guys are not there, go get registered, okay? This starts today. So if you want the full virtual party challenge and you need all the training, go through that complete training with me, that complete challenge. We do prizes, we do training, we break down every single part to the party. But in general, when we're talking about Facebook groups or Facebook events, okay? I don't teach you guys to use the invite button on Facebook groups. It can look like spam. People are mass added to groups all the time. There's no personalization. There's no private messaging going on. And hostesses are often not coached to use a private message. So they just hit the invite button. And some of you have these stories from me, like Marta. She's like, my hostess invited 167 people into the group. What do I do? Do I accept them all? No. No, you don't. Because a group filled with people who don't know that they're invited, who are not interested, does not help you or your business. It can actually work against the Facebook algorithm. It can be viewed as spam. It does not create relationships. However, when I do a Facebook event and I use the invite button, it's a different approach. I don't set it up for the hostess to do this. I'm doing it just with my people, okay? So in this case, I'll use the invite button. If I have my own personal group that's my VIPs, I'll use the invite button. But when we have hostesses hosting for us, when they invite someone else to a party that we're the consultant, that person doesn't know what's going on. We don't use the invite button. We can talk more about this in the challenge if you guys are coming through. If you're an evergreen, we can continue to break it down together. So let's jump back into the screen share and I will show you that this is the case where I would use the invite button. And then I'm going to teach you how to follow it up with an effective message, okay? So let me find my event here. In this event, so if this was your event, okay, you could go ahead and use the invite button. Here's who you are inviting. You are inviting your customers. So when they see an invite by you, it is not spam. They're like, I know that girl and I buy products from her. She's invited me to an event, okay? You have to have a connection as to why you're inviting people. So if they're like, oh yeah, I'm her customer, I buy those products, that makes sense. In that case, I'm okay using the invite button. So Jen Hibbets is my customer. Tia is my customer. Crystal, Natalie, Aaron, Cathy. Okay, legitimate customers, all right? Now, those are all customers. If you wanted to invite friends, okay, or team members, that's okay. When you're inviting a friend, if they have never purchased the products from you, if they don't know that you sell the products, if you've never had a legitimate discussion about these products and you just invite them into an event without a message, not going to be as effective, okay? So I'm trying to see a friend. These are all legitimate customers. I'm not actually going to invite them because this is a test. But let's say my cousin Christina, okay? She's never actually bought products from me, but we've talked about them. She's had some interest. It would make sense that I could hit the invite button with her, okay? Let's find someone I've never talked to about products and say why it would not make sense. Well, that's my brother, but we'll just use him for example. My brother, although we have talked about products. If we've never talked about products, or he's told me he's not interested, or I've never exposed him to the fact that I even have a business and I just invite him through the invite button, not going to be as effective. That would be better suited to do what we teach our hostesses, which is private message, okay? So invite your customers, invite your friends, and very, very quickly when you hit the invite button, you can up this number. So let me show you what the real event looks like. To a bunch of people invited that are legitimate people that would have interest, okay? So when you do that invite button, then what you'll see is you have a list of people who have either been invited, who said they're interested, or who said they're going. Now, if this is a private event, it looks a little bit different. I think it just says yes, no, invited. Now, here's something why I love to do my special customer deals, pop-up events on occasion, not a ton, or else people wear thin on this stuff. This is not my regular weekly party. Like I said, this was a special party I did last night just for my customers, friends, to make it simple. I didn't have to do a whole presentation. They already know the products. They already love the products. I'm just celebrating them, loving on them, giving them a special, making it easy for them to find it, setting it apart from my normal party. Here's a cool feature. Oh, shoot. Is it gone? Because, oh, there it is. Here's a cool feature that events have that groups don't. Okay. Do you see over here where my message list is? It says message friends. I really love events for this reason. Now, even if you do an event inside of a group, it still has this feature, okay? But remember, I'm teaching you to do events as a private pop-up event on occasion, not all the time, outside of groups, because in this case, I'm telling friends, go ahead and invite some friends in, and I'm just getting them exposed through a very, very light event. Through this event, my focus was to sell products, find business partners, book parties, and once I get those things, then I'll move them into my group, okay? So yes, they still have to get into my group, but I'm just very quickly trying to get people to one place, okay? So in this case, what's really cool about this message friends feature, if they're your friends, because you're not trying to invite a ton of random spam people here, or this is not a hostess, this is you inviting people, okay? You can go click the people you want to send a message to. You can say, reminder, the party is tonight. I'm not going to do this, by the way, because I did this last night. And when you do that, and I'll show you what it looks like in Messenger, you can choose to send it separately, or you can send it as a group message. Now, I have had a little bit of problem with a group message because Facebook's like warning me about not mass spamming people. It has been letting me send it separately, no problem. And you don't want to overly message these people. Just a quick reminder, maybe a quick thank you for coming. So let's look at my Messenger and I'll show you someone that I did invite to that party last night. And it's probably, okay, so Krista, you got a reminder. Oh goodness, you guys, I am doing a party challenge right now and I asked everyone to message me, so my Messenger is a disaster. Okay, let me show you what it looks like by just doing this. Krista got a message. So to all 20 or 30 people, whatever it was, I typed out the message one time. Oh, this is fine. This is a reminder about a different one. I type out the message one time. It puts the message into that person's messenger and it automatically links the event. This was a different event we did inside my party group, but either way, it works the same. I love that because that is a feature that events give you. Okay, so that is super, super amazing fun. All right, so that makes it simple. Then the other event feature why I like doing these on occasion is when you go live and you use this live video button right here, it actually pops the video right up to the top. So there's no confusion on like, where is the party? When is the party? The video is right there, okay? And then I just update the dates. I always use the title to help bring clarity. Okay, so that's it. You guys, let's review. I'm going to stop the screen share. Let's see if anybody's still hanging with me. Do you guys have questions? Alexa said she finally made it. This is just our regular Monday morning chat where I bring you different randomness is, okay? So today we talked about when you might want to use a Facebook event versus a group. I shared with you that for a customer special event, I did that today, or I did that last night. I literally set it up on Friday. It's so quick to invite people. It is okay, in my opinion, to use the invite button on an event if it's your customers that are already buying from you. That makes sense that you're inviting them. or your friends who you've had discussions with about the products, maybe they haven't converted yet, and you're doing some kind of pop-up event, I still follow it up with a message. I like to use that messaging feature inside of the events because I can follow it up with one message and it goes to all the girls. So the very first message could say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you saw this in your notifications. I'm doing a big customer appreciation party. I sent you an invite. It's linked right here in the message. So you can use that messaging feature I just showed you so that you can bring clarity to that. Don't rely on the notifications, okay? Lindsay said, do you know why I couldn't see some people's lives? Were you doing it through Facebook Live like I did? Like through the live button? I don't know, but I always am like running my phone at the same time next to it in case I can't see them all, because sometimes I have that problem too. Events, yes. Now, events inside of groups is a whole nother layer. So we cover that inside of Evergreen. I have a complete training on when and why you should use events inside of groups, because there's actually 3 different reasons. A lot of it is just for reminders, okay? All right, so I'm still using events on occasion for a pop-up event. I hope that makes sense. I hope you learned something new. Those of you that'll be in the virtual party challenge, I hope to be less congested and more awake by 1 o'clock Central today. Because girls, all the snot in my children is now in me. Y'all got littles, they're like drinking, and Christian's like, snot all. I'm like, dude, for real, I can't even stay well like this. Anyway, I'll see you guys at 1 o'clock Central. If you're doing this party challenge, it's in a pop-up group. Make sure you're there for the giveaways, for the complete party training. If you've already taken the training, if you're an Evergreen student and you want to come back through again, come join us. Make sure you register Evergreen. If you don't want to register, private message me. You can come straight into the group. Everybody else does have to register, okay? The advantage to registering for Evergreen is you can be in the prize drawings if y'all want that. All right, you guys, I will see you next Monday inside of this group, Moms Building Online Businesses group. If you're on my team, keep working those goals. This is also streaming over there. You guys, end of the month, do it strong. We'll be back. We'll be back one more time before the official end of the month. But let's wrap it up strong, because this will be May 31st next time I see you guys in the Moms group. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Go check out all my other videos. There's tons here. And virtual party challengers, I'll see you in 2.5 hours. All right, guys. Bye for now.